Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex, and this screen right here is where I think majority of players are going to be experiencing Echo. So I thought to make you feel comfortable and familiar, I would start here as well, because I have some unfortunate news for you, and for everyone out there, myself included, who was very upset with the patch notes. She has really cool looking skills. She has really cool looking skills, man. I know that, and I know I said that about all of the Phoenix Force characters, the Enter the Phoenix characters, Wolverine, Captain America, and Hyperion. And although pretty much just Wolverine and Cap ended up being sort of hype and meta, like look how cool that second skill is. That's like, that looks so sick, and you can actually cancel that as soon as she starts zipping in. It's not an instant cancel, but as soon as she zips forward, right? Oh, it canceled there by itself. As soon as she zips forward, you can cancel that, and you get all the hits. Her third skill also looks really cool, although you're probably going to want to cancel it. You get this Oda punching thing. Her fourth skill also looks really cool. She like floats up with this orb, and she's got all these phoenixes wrapping around her, and then there's a massive bird at the end. And then her fifth skill looks really cool. You got a camera change, and then she flies, and she does like this, you know, jet phoenix, marine, whatever, aerial salute. And then you get this massive volcano in the middle. So it actually kind of pains me, man. It pains me. I was hoping to load up this video, or to load up this skill preview and see some really boring, uninspired skills, so that it could just confirm what we thought about the character just being, you know, months old and really boring. But yeah, man, she's got some of the dopest Phoenix-looking skills I've ever seen. They look really, really cool. She honestly doesn't really feel like a Blast-type character, though. She feels more like a Combat or a Speed, so I honestly think the devs should have been a bit more adventurous and should have made her Combat or Speed, because given her leadership, I think it would have been really interesting to make her especially a Speed type, right? If she was a Speed type, they gave all allies fire damage. You could do some really, really cool stuff with that. And, you know, you wouldn't use her in a lot more content if that were the case. Again, the big issue here is that she's not tier 3able, she's not transcendable, but it would be more interesting than it is now, right? Because we don't have, we're not lacking blast types with elemental leaderships. We're not even lacking blast types with good leaderships, period, right? We have way too many of those. And so, yeah, it's a little bit annoying. The other annoying thing that I don't know if I touched on in the previous video, but they gave her souped up look first. And this is the perplexing thing. They did this for Jean Grey technically as well, because the Marvel Girl uniform is when she doesn't have the Phoenix Force anymore. But in this case, if they were to give her the Maya Lopez, the uniform from the Hawkeye show, where she's just you know, a woman in a leather jacket and boots, right? Like she's dressed in streetwear, right? You know, she's a gang leader. She's not going to have the Phoenix Force, right? And so if she got a uniform that would give her more power, it actually depowers her. So it's sort of like if they released the Void uniform for, like, it's like if they released Void as a character and then made Sentry his uniform, right? Not the perfect example, but you kind of get what I'm saying. It's like releasing Iron Man as a character and then making Tony Stark his uniform. This doesn't make any sense. You're making the character worse, right? You're not going to release a uniform that makes the character work. Anyways, so I don't know if she's ever going to get a uniform. I also don't know if she's ever going to get a tier 3 or a Transcendence, but I honestly hope so, because like I said, she's really cool. She's also one of the only, there's very few of them, Red Skull, War Machine, there's very, very few blast types that deal physical damage. Now, this doesn't really matter. It's just kind of like a quirky, fun thing. Listen, I know what you're thinking right now. We're 3 minutes into the video, 4 minutes into the video, and I'm already talking about the quirky aspects of this character. Yeah, there's not much to say, guys. I'm not sugarcoating it, but I'm sort of looking for all of the positives, because that's it, right? Once we're done with these positives, that's it. You can't use her in any meaningful content. So she's just sort of like a fun character. She's the definition of empty calories in Marvel Future Fight at this point in time. So yeah, if you want some empty calories, if you want some tasteless popcorn, here you go. It's Echo right here. But yeah, you can check out how she does against Proxima. You're gonna want to use her against Proxima. I mean, she may work against other bosses. I actually want to test her against Ebony, but she does physical damage, right? She should be doing physical fire damage. People get confused sometimes, and it's always good to re-clarify that every type of damage, whether it's physical or it's energy or it's elemental damage, will still be classified as physical or energy. I know I said physical and energy, but like fire damage is not automatically classified just because it's an element. It's not automatically classified as energy damage. That's kind of something that people don't know. So this is the rotation that I think is really good for her. It's 3 cancel 5 delayed cancel. Well, it's not exactly right there, but we're doing some variation on it. So it's 3-5, and then when she flies up, you do 2, and then you do 4, and then you can actually squeeze in the 2 again with the 1, and then go back into 3-5. However, this is a lot of spam, and it's basically continuous attacks, which is really nice because, as you can see, you can lock Proxima in place. Again, this may not be valuable for veterans and for like very high-level players who are already talking about, you know, they're already focusing on Null and Mephisto and Ultron, but for those of you who this matters for, or this is just interesting to you, look at this. You can lock her basically infinitely with the paralysis on her different skills. And so I think this is a really good rotation. This obviously lends really well to a Judgment CTP because you're basically continuously attacking. So you're going to want something that's going to give you a full 5 seconds worth of buffs rather than a periodic buff with like a damage proc obelisk. But yeah, look at this. She never gets hit, and she deals pretty respectable damage. 1:15 with just her raw damage. That's not bad. It could be faster. It could definitely be faster. Not as fast as Makari, but not bad. Honestly, not bad. But again, like the funny thing is, if she was transcendable or tier 3able, right? We need a new word for transcendable. If you could upgrade her one more time, right? Because she's stuck at her second upgrade. If you could upgrade her one more time, this video would have a completely different tone. Because although she's a paywall character, bio subscription, you got to throw down $10. She looks really cool. She's unique. She has awesome animations, and she has real utility both offensively and defensively. She just locked the boss in place, you know, as a physical damage dealing character for the entire fight, right? She has invincibility, she has immunity, she has all these buffs, she has debuff removal, she has a 4% heal every second, like, well, you know, she has an auto heal, she's got accumulation, like, she's got a lot of nice PvE abilities, and this paralysis that she spams is really nice. But again, you can't use her anywhere other than World Boss Ultimate and Shadowland. But if you're a newer player to the game, or if you recently got a biosub and you're sort of collecting the biosub characters, I would absolutely pick her up because she's definitely, here's the thing, she's definitely way better than a lot of, if not most, other biosub characters. And if it's not for the Transcendence or tier 3 ability, she outclasses, like she probably outclasses Wenwu. She probably outclasses a tier 2 Spectrum. Again, these, you know, Spectrum can be transcended, so it's a different story there, right? But if you take these characters at tier 2 face value, she's going to outclass Spider-Woman, Ares, Morbius. She's probably going to go toe-to-toe or outclass Thane, right? But again, some of these characters can be transcended, so you sort of, the comparison ends there because you can then take them into other content. They get a stat boost, they get an extra skill, right? There's so much to it, and I really feel like the devs are just still undervaluing how far this game has come, right? It's 2018. We are almost 4 years into the introduction of tier 3 characters, and Awakening characters are basically just a rebranding of tier 3. Like, they basically just copied and pasted the formula for tier 3, but they created a new material, right? Because otherwise it's basically the same. They just wanted to give us more material so they could milk different packs, right? One pack has tier 3 materials, one pack has Awakening and Mandalorian Gem Fragment materials, but it's basically the same thing. So for them to have introduced this 4 years ago and still be coming out with characters that can't utilize it, brand new characters that can't utilize it, just makes absolutely no sense to me. But I think if she got a Transcendence or a tier 3 and you got her artifact, like, she could be sort of like Spider-Man with a 4% heal every second. That starts to sound a lot more toxic. Now, she doesn't have iframe ignore and stuff like that, but she's going to be very tanky for PvE content with the healing, with the guaranteed dodge, and then with the extra dodge on the artifact here. The only thing she's missing is the guaranteed crit rate. That would be the only other thing she's missing, which means that's why I lean towards a Judgment when I was recommending a CTP for her, not a Rage. You could try a Rage, but again, she's not going to get the elemental synergy, and she's also not going to get she's not going to synergize with guaranteed crit rate, which is sort of what you need these days for a CTP of Rage, because you want it to proc all the time. But yeah, that's basically, you know, all there is to say about a tier 2 character at this point in time. It's funny because if she got a Transcendence or a tier 3, I'd be saying, you know, watch out, she's going to be added for every month in the All War, like they do for Spider-Woman and other paywall elemental characters, because they want to sell those bio subs. I don't know why they couldn't do that for Echo. I really don't. Like, did Marvel? I really want to know. Did Marvel veto this idea here? Like, what you know, what was at stake, right? What was the counter argument, right? The argument to giving Echo her tier 3 or Transcendence is like, we can make more money, because Wales will tier 3 and transcend her. I will tier 3 and transcend, right? Like, we'll all do it, right? We'll deplete our resources because we want this shiny new toy, but it's not even a toy, dude. It's like under construction. So what was the counter argument to just making more money? I want to make less money. You know, it really is bizarre. Also, this brings up another point. She's the 249th character. This is kind of big here. I don't want to make too big of a fuss about this, but yeah, I just realized it. Whoever the next character is, and before you start, it's not Ultron, because Ultron is a uniform for Infinity. Ultron is a uniform for this Ultron, so it's not a new character. But whoever the next character is going to be big. The two, like, they should, right? If Marvel Future Fight is smart, they should advertise it. The 250th character. Think of a game, like any game besides maybe Raid Shadow Legends, that has 250 unique characters. You literally can't. As much as we're ragging on this update and how boring and how dead and how sleep it is, and ratio L, garbage can microphone, I get it, yeah. On the flip side, 249 characters on nearing the 7-year anniversary. That's a dang lot of characters, right? And it's not just 249 RPG, you know, copy pasta characters like Raid Shadow Legends has, with the zombies and the zombie bosses and the Draculas and the vampires and the werewolves. This is like unique as it gets Marvel characters, right? So yeah, man, I just don't see where you're gonna use and so you sort of already know that. I don't see where you're going to use Echo, but I would love to tell you, you know, because I think she's good. I do think she's good. She's just too expensive, and really, unless you already have a bio subscription going, I wouldn't buy a bio subscription just for Echo. But keep your eye on her, especially because, for those of you that don't know, with this, I'm not trying to sell the pack or anything. I just want to let you guys know, because some people don't, like, people still don't know about it. The special daily growth support, this one over here, it's more money, and you do have to buy it multiple times, so that's not a good thing. But when you build up to that 84-day check-in and you get that free tier 3, you can tier 3 any character. I mean, that you can tier 3. Like, obviously, you can't tier 3 like Kid Kaiju, right? Or you can't tier 3 a character that's transcendable like Quasar or Valkyrie. But the tier 3, like, you can tier 3 Luna. You can tier 3 Professor X. You can tier 3, I think you can even tier 3 Magneto, to be honest with you. But you could tier 3 Namor, and you could, like I said, you could tier 3 Echo. Maybe that, you know, if she got a tier 3, maybe that would be a good thing. But you know, that's like a humongous question mark at this point. So yeah, I don't know if you guys want to actually see more content with Echo. I can try her out in some other things. I actually got lucky and got her potential day 1. I one-shotted it, so I have her level 70 already. And I got her Tonfa, her first gear, to 25, so you can see what her physical attack stat looks like with some Uru. Just under 30k. It's not bad. It's actually a little bit low for blast types, to be honest with you. But it's okay. But yeah, I don't know. I could try her with an Obelisk. I don't think it's going to work too well. But maybe if you guys want to see like her versus stage 99 Thanos or something like that, that's probably the best that she can do PvE wise. And not having any PvP abilities, I don't think she's going to be good for PvP, despite all the guaranteed dodge and stuff like that. She might be okay for Alliance Conquest, but that's a whole other beast that I don't dip my toes into that pool. So yeah, hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know what you think of the Echo. And this will maybe the only video I make on her after the patch. Anyways, thanks for watching. Smash the like button, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.